My question to you is, given the fact that you have made billions of dollars, that your company has made huge profits on behalf of the taxpayers of this country, will you reconsider your decision to quadruple the price of the vaccine?
So Chairman Sanders, what we have to do is to deal with the complexity I described, and I'm happy to go into more detail for this hearing. This is not the same product. This is not the same
I understand it, but quadrupling the price is huge, and I would hope very much that you will reconsider that decision. It's going to cost the taxpayers of this country billions of dollars.
Now, you know, what the senator asked was very simple. Will you consider? And once he couldn't say yes or no, I mean, be man enough to say no if it's no, yes or no. Once he started talking multiple sentences, then you know what the answer is. So that was Senator Bernard Sanders, as many as you know, grilling Moderna CEO Stephanie Bainseal on Moderna's proposal to quadruple the prices of its vaccine to up to as much as $130 per dose. That is one of the many potential consequences of the COVID emergency declaration ending in May. And guess what, America? The elected officials on the federal level, they understand what the consequences and repercussions can be by ending this emergency, but here we are. And thanks to the US Senate and this current administration, this headline right here, Senate votes to end COVID-19 emergency declaration. The declaration has allowed the administration to take actions in response to the pandemic, such as suspended student loan payment deadlines. But here is the reality. The public health emergency is ending. COVID isn't. And that's it right there. That is the key point. On May 10th, the United States will be under a public health emergency. On May 11th, it won't. What it means is that some of the core public health tools to contain the coronavirus, notably free vaccines, free treatment, and free testing, will go away. And I want to stay right there on that point right there, team. Let's bring Dan in quick. And then that one note that we just read, that makes a whole lot of sense. So May 10th is a reality, on May 11th is not. And that doesn't make a whole lot of common sense. And my maternal grandmother used to always say, common sense ain't common.
Oh, you just feel that every single day. And not only in that, you see, and you're gonna get to what a lot of this means. Like student loan payments were canceled, but also SNAP benefits were extended. And it's very stark when you saw over a weekend, the federal government, the Federal Reserve Matter gave like $300 billion to the banking sector within a weekend. Because there are a couple of CEOs from a medium-sized bank in a couple of in California and a couple other places who were crying. Meanwhile, you're going to have people starving in the richest country in the world, in a country that throws away 20% of our food every single year, because it's very clear America has priorities and what we're willing to solve. These crises, like you're talking about, don't just go away because of a policy change that goes in effect on 12:01 a.m. on a certain day.
That's exactly, and they know this though. Dan, so now I gotta come to the conclusion that they just don't care. Or I could say they just don't give a damn. I mean, that's more to the point. I mean,
you see in their actions.
Yeah, in their actions, absolutely. And especially when we're dealing with people who absolutely have the power. And in this case, the Congress and this president, they have many tools at their disposal, especially the president with executive orders and such. And the ability to be able to call on anybody in the world that he needs to, anybody, to make this crooked path straight. But here we are.